So you're looking to upgrade your kit lens on your Sony APSC camera and you don't know which lens to get? Well, I got the perfect lens for you. Let's do it. What is going on, everybody? My name is Marco. Welcome back to my channel where I share my experiences as a dad with a mustache and a camera. Today's episode is actually going to kick off a recurring segment for me on the channel that I'm going to call Polarizing Quickies. Insert jokes here.
Nice.
These quick videos are going to focus on topics centered around the Sony APS-C world, photography, videography. This is going to be all really high level. Try to just give you the information that you need to make a decision on whatever that may be. In the future, I would actually love for you guys to suggest any particular topics that you'd like to cover in these quickie sessions. So if you guys want, leave a comment down below. Today's subject is, what lens do I recommend be your first upgrade from your kit lens? But for all intents and purposes, all of my videos are really going to come from the perspective of, a parent, a new parent that is picking up a camera for the first time and wants to get more information on how to capture great video clips, great photos for their friends and family. So in the effort to keep this at 5 minutes, let's get started. So the suspense must be killing you. Which lens do I recommend? It's going to be the Sigma 30mm f1.4 lens. Here it is, and it's all its beauty. This is actually the first lens that I upgraded to when I asked myself this exact question. And I have no regrets whatsoever, so I'm going to share with you guys why. Alright, so for one, it's small and light. Pairs great with the Sony a6000 series cameras. And if you guys watched my first video where I talk about the top 4 reasons why you should join the Sony APS-C world, you'll get a better understanding as to why it's important for me to be able to have a small form factor camera, especially as a parent. If you haven't watched that video, I'll link it up here and in the description down below. Alright, number 2 is the low aperture. Now, if you're new to the photography game, you might be asking yourself why that even matters. And I completely understand. I was kind of the same way. But to share with you quickly some reasons why you might like a low aperture lens. For one, it's going to give you amazing quality in low light situations. Being able to drop your f-stop or your aperture down to 1.8, 1.4 is a huge advantage, especially if you're shooting in situations that are not well lit or at night. The other reason you might want a lens that has low aperture is to be able to give you that creamy background. Who would have thought that I would have used the words creamy and quickie in this video? Alright, now moving on to number 3 is the focal length. So after you do a bit of math, the Sigma 30mm actually turns into a 45mm equivalent on a full frame lens. At 45 or 50mm, it's a great focal length to get comfortable with the idea of you having to actually move your feet to achieve the shot that you're looking to get. That in itself has made me a better photographer, 100%. The creative juices really start flowing when you are just becoming one with your scene and your subject, whatever that is, and you're really thinking about all the different ways to compose an image, whether that is, the angle that you shoot at, whether that's the aperture that you choose, so on and so forth. At 45mm, you're going to get great ability to take portrait shots, as well as, landscapes. You're also going to be able to use this as a walk around lens, as they say, where you can just keep this on, take pictures of anything. And then number 4 has to be the price. When you compare the price of this lens to some of its competitors in the same focal range and also APS-C world, this one wins, hands down. As of right now, you can find this lens on Amazon for $268, which is an absolute steal. Now, there are some drawbacks to this lens in particular, the main one being that it has no stabilization in the lens. Sony APS-C cameras, most don't have in-body stabilization. So with that being said, would I recommend this as a video lens? I actually would, but you do need to take specific steps to ensure that your video isn't extremely shaky. Even without a gimbal, it is achievable for you to get stable footage even though, you know, your combo of lens and camera body doesn't have any stabilization. I shot an entire wedding on my Sony a6000 and Sigma 30mm lens, and the footage came out great. Now, that's a topic for a different video that I would love to get into, on how you can actually get stable footage without actual stabilization in your equipment. For photo work, I find that stabilization isn't always a necessity unless you're doing extreme low light photography handheld, right? So if I'm out in the city and I'm looking to capture a specific scene, and I really want to crank my shutter speed as low as possible so I can let in as much light without introducing too much grain via my ISO. Now, if I'm going to do that shot handheld, then yes, in-body stabilization does come in handy. But all of that can be fixed if you have a tripod, or if you have a mini tripod that you use to vlog with. That kind of fixes your problem on the photo side. So hopefully this helps you guys make that choice on which lens you're going to upgrade. If you're anything like me, you've watched a million YouTube videos, you've put things in your Amazon cart over and over and over again, and then taken them off or hit save later just because you're not sure. You won't be disappointed with the Sigma 30mm f1.4, I can assure you. All right, so that's it, our first polarizing quickie. Don't forget to leave your suggestions in the comments below, and while you're down there, like and subscribe to my channel. I really would appreciate that. It's going to help me out a lot. Hopefully we can continue to grow the channel and really turn this into a community where I can help you guys with the knowledge that I've picked up, and you can help me as well continue to grow as a photographer and videographer. So I really appreciate you guys stopping by. I will catch you in the next one. Peace out.